No pubs, no bottle shops. No gym, no yoga classes. No gigs, no dance floors. No hospital or aged care visits.
Stay home. Work is not a reason to leave the home, and that 1 hour of exercise for the next 4 days is not essential.
But when you're actually dancing on a dance floor, when you're energised and singing in a group and moving around, then you're actually risking exposing people.
Even if you run into your next door neighbour in the shopping centre, in the Coles, whilst you're at Coles or Woolworths or Aldi or any other grocery shop, don't start up a conversation.
Now is the time for minimising your interactions with others.
No removal of masks to consume alcohol outdoors.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Fauci, do protests increase the spread of the virus? Well, 500,000 protesters on June 6th alone. Yeah. I'm just asking that number of people, does it increase the spread of the virus?
Crowding together, particularly when you're not wearing a mask, contributes to the spread of the virus.
Should we limit the protesting? Well, you make all kinds of recommendations. You make comments on dating, on baseball, on everything you can imagine. I'm just asking you, just said that protests increase the spread. I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that.
Government stopping people from going to church, Dr. Fauci?
Yeah.
You can favor one First Amendment liberty, protesting, over another, practicing your faith.
One of the great things about America is that individual citizens and groups of citizens can petition their government, can protest, can speak truth to power. And that is sometimes messy and controversial, but because of that ability to protest and engage in free speech, America over time has gotten better.
A number of European countries have been looking at new COVID rules and lockdowns, and those changes led to protests in Vienna, Brussels, Zurich, and Amsterdam this weekend.
You may recall just last week that Austria declared it would make vaccines mandatory for adults, an extraordinary step. All this as many cities in Europe have been rocked by protests against expanding COVID measures. In Belgium, protesters clashed with police after tens of thousands of people gathered in a march throughout the city centre. Meanwhile, demonstrations continued for a third day in the Netherlands following those violent scenes and dozens of arrests in Rotterdam and The Hague, with thousands more gathering in Amsterdam over the weekend. And in Italy and Rome, large crowds gathered objecting to the enforcement of COVID passes.
Hey, you're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
We will be facing having to have a third jab to count as fully jabbed.